What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Coin Junior channel, and today we're going to be covering a major news. Bitcoin is going to scale in the near future. Alright, Layer 2 Labs raises $3 million at launch to supercharge Bitcoin's ecosystem. It is a great news. Bitcoin is finally going to scale. Okay, naturally, because we all know the network is constantly congested because it uses a proof of work consensus mechanism. The fees are normally really high, and this Layer 2 Labs is looking to fix all of that by introducing what we call drive chains. Layer 2 Labs is launching with the goal of scaling and building out drive chains for the Bitcoin network. The company has closed a seed round at launch, raising $3 million in funding. Co-founder and CEO Paul said in a statement sent to Bitcoin Magazine that the firm seeks to make everyone in the world a Bitcoin user. Naturally, drive chains are at the forefront of Layer 2 Labs missions. So what is the benefits and what is drive chains? We're going to cover it, okay? Enabling greater scalability, extensibility, privacy, and flexibility on the network. We believe that drive chains have the potential to kill altcoins, increase Bitcoin adoption, and provide a catalyst for hyper-Bitcoinization. This is a big statement. We'll see if it really works. Is it effective to kill altcoins? We'll see. Drive chains define a specific way through to which Bitcoin sidechains create Bitcoin sidechains. Sidechains are parallel blockchains to Bitcoin that enable BTC to flow between the two networks in a two-way peg. So since Bitcoin can't actually leave the Bitcoin network, sidechains accomplish this task by locking up Bitcoin on the Bitcoin blockchain and representing them in different ways in a sidechain. So as you guys know, Bitcoin so far doesn't have much scaling solutions except for layer 2s like the Lightning Network. So in order for if you want to stake your Bitcoin or loan out your Bitcoin, you can't do it on a Bitcoin blockchain. So what you can do is you can bridge Bitcoin, okay, to create a wrapped Bitcoin on other networks to do maybe like, I don't know, staking or lending out your Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin network, the base layer, only allows transactions to happen. So there's no staking, no lending out, no fancy business, all right? So the base chain is only for transactions. So drive chains, or you can call it side chains, helps to more diversify the use case for Bitcoins. So drive chains attempt to move away from the federated model in favor of something it seems more decentralized, Bitcoin's own miners. So why does this guy say this? Under the drive chain model, Bitcoin miners also mine sidechain blocks, albeit blindly. The miner doesn't need to run software for that specific sidechain while accruing from the value being transacted on that parallel chain. So if you are a Bitcoin miner, you don't have to specifically download a software or run a specific node to mine the drive chain. So you can just mine, and it would create more fee generations. You have more reward opportunities by mining drive chains as well. So it is good news for the miners because, as we all know, the miners are selling off their rigs because everything's going down. The rewards are not that attractive to them anymore. So the miner capitulation and selling pressure is real. All right. So hopefully drive chains can solve that issue. It allows for nearly any kind of chain to be created and take advantage of that two-way peg. This characteristic could allow for functionality present on any altcoin network to be indirectly ported to Bitcoin, allow for Bitcoin to be used on another chain with different rules and properties. The benefit is the user will be able to do things with their Bitcoin that isn't possible on a Bitcoin network. So like I said, you can port your Bitcoin into every other chain outside of Bitcoin, and you can do a lot of stuff with it, staking, lending out, whatever you want to do, okay? So currently, they have 6 sidechains designed in development already, including 2 which are exact clones of Ethereum and Zcash, but Bitcoin only. These allow for immediate global scale, impenetrable, easy-to-use privacy, and complete freedom. So this is what we want to see, okay? So it still uses the security that Bitcoin has. Instead of detrimenting the security, they actually focus on the scalability, which allows for Bitcoin to hold more transaction per second, more throughput, more use case without detrimenting the security. It is what we want to see. Second, Layer 2 Labs aim to improve the user experience in Bitcoin. This requires a revolution in the UX, and education, which we aim to bring about. Nodes should be easy to run and do useful things that any layperson can understand and appreciate. So I apologize for not being technical enough, because honestly, I'm not a tech savvy person. I am not a tech person. I just cover news because I really love crypto and I believe in the technology. All right. So I apologize if this is on the surface level, but all you need to know is drive chains will allow scalability, more throughput, more diversity, more use case, and more flexibility for the Bitcoin network. It is great news. A lot of people will start pouring into Bitcoin, and a lot of institutional interest will come into Bitcoin if this happens successfully. All right. So what are the benefits of drive chains? Reduce infighting, allows for experimentation instead of trying to change the base layer. So they don't want to modify the base layer because the security is there. All right. The overall components is there. So they don't want to move that. This removes existential threats to Bitcoin, such as altcoin competition, hard fork campaigns, and extension block campaigns. Reduce attack vectors. With drive chains, you're not touching the core Bitcoin node, like I mentioned earlier, meaning less likelihood of making critical mistakes or introducing bugs that could affect the primary network. So the security is still intact. They're not going to touch the base layer. Maintain resource focus. Sidechains allow the Bitcoin mainnet to function as normal and focus hash rate security where it belongs, as well as node consensus. Adding scalability. Bitcoin can scale to credit card level transaction processing. So with the drive chains, so in order for Bitcoin to scale, all they have to do is they roll up their transactions on the Bitcoin mainnet and move it to the drive chains or side chains to process the transaction. After everything is verified and validated, they will send back to the main chain to mint it on a block. So that is how side chains and drive chains generally work. Okay. And a new functionality, once Bitcoin has been locked on the base layer and the proof is sent to the drive chain, that value can be then exchanged using different methods of consensus. This means Bitcoin lives in a new environment with fewer constraints and gains new experimental abilities, especially P2P event derivatives. All right. So gone with the wrap Bitcoin. Drive chains is going to be the new revolutionary technology that's going to help Bitcoin scale. Okay, so I hope this news right here can make you understand and make you gain more interest into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general. And I want to apologize if maybe I got the information wrong. Okay, so if you guys think that this information that I'm providing is not that accurate or not complete, feel free to comment down below. We're all learning together. But one thing is for sure, this technology right here, drive chains, is going to make Bitcoin more easily adopted by major institutions and major countries. This is a good news overall. In a depth of a bear market, we desperately need this kind of news. And a lot of these developers are building during the bear market to prepare for the bull market and take off from there. All right. It is amazing to see. And I hope you guys have a great day. And I hope you guys remain optimistic on the future of Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency industry. All right. So I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Peace.